yard.
Stay with me, little bitch, so you know that I'm your man. Snitch, no thoughts, no stamps, new hoes, 10 toes, new guac, new bands, new whip, new chips, new kicks, Jackie Chan, bad bitch, no bad, I just hit the
Alright y'all, it's me, Pokeball Blaze, back here with another YouTube video. And before I start this video, I like to say, like, share, comment, subscribe for more videos. Because you know when we get monetized, I'm going to do a lot more giveaways for y'all. And don't forget to join our Discord server and our Roblox group down below, so you can actually receive the Robux, you know, like if we do giveaways. But of course I'm going to have to use giveaway cards, because I don't want to get my account banned and everything. But now let's get on into it. And I like to say thank you, just thank you so much to this one subscriber right here, Glock. Right here. Like, just thanks so much. Like, just read the comment right here. It's so kind. This is why I do it for y'all. All so kind to me. And another thing, the petition. Now, do you want to join it or do you not want to? Like, because it lowers the suke spawn rate, therefore increasing the likelihood of you getting devil fruit that's actually not suke. Like, I made a video on this the other day, like hashtag Logia Lives Matter, y'all. Logia Lives Matter. Okay, so now let's get into the actual tier list here. And now, right here, we're starting off with suke. Now, suke is... I like how all the devil fruits in this game serve their own purpose, and they're all relatively good, but let's be honest here. Suke is not very good. It's like, it only has, like, how many moves? 3? It's like... Okay, you can make yourself invisible, but that just takes away your energy. Well, that's not very useful within itself. And on top of that, observation hockey just kind of just negates it. Of course, you can't use observation hockey all the time, depending upon how many dodges you have left. And if you have, but relatively speaking, it's not really going to be useful. Especially if they have the tracker on you, like how they're in, let me think. What's it called again? Crew Wars in arena mode. And the rock throw move is not even that good anymore, especially since they remove infinite combos. So suke is just going to be at the absolute bottom. Personally, I think they need to buff suke. You know, like they could add Arms of the Dead to it, like how Absalom used in Thriller Bark in One Piece, and make it a lot better. It's like, in case you don't know, Arms of the Dead basically is like it has air cannons that he made invisible on him. So that's also pretty good. And on top of that, you can also make your allies invisible, but I don't know how long that lasts. So now let's get on to Bomb. Bomb is the epitome of the word decent when it comes to this game. It all around, it's real good. However, in ship farming, not so much. And in PvP, it's like decent, you know. It's really good in dungeons, so that's at least something. And you just have to be skilled in order to use this. And like, if you have one sword style, you're gonna love it because it makes up for the lack of mobility. Basically, you get a free Geppo and a free dash, so that's nice. Barrier. Now, like, this is gonna be controversial, but I think that Barrier belongs in, for what it is, Barrier belong Bomb. However, if like, it could technically be an S tier, cause like, hold up, let me explain. Technically, it belongs in S tier because it's like, it's real niche, but it's like, if you had an extremely skilled player with this fruit, like, if they had like the most skilled player in the whole game have this fruit versus any other fruit, they're gonna be dominating with Barrier the most. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You can block attacks and you can do really good combos with Barrier. So overall, yeah. And I'm gonna have to put the love fruit in between barrier and bomb for this one, because it's like Mero has really good stun, and that slave arrow move is a really good block break. And the ultimate for it is very close range, but it does pretty decent damage. Overall, Mero is not a bad fruit, but it's just definitely worse than Bomb. But I do like the Pistol Kiss moves because it's really fast and spammable. So yeah, it's like, it's below decent, but it's relatively good. Now for Hiei. Hiei is at the very top of B tier. A lot of people might hate me for this one, but if I'm being honest, they nerfed the living crap out of Hiei. Like, because at the first update, it was like the best fruit, if not the second best fruit. It was viable then, and it's still viable now, just less. Like, they nerfed it to oblivion. The stun's not as good anymore. You can still find competitive success, especially if you use Gravity Cane with it. But if we're being honest here, it's like it's either the bottom of A tier or the very top of B tier. I just want to move it up. You know what? I'm going to move it up to the bottom of A tier regardless. Because it's like, let's be honest with ourselves. It's like, it's a Logia. It has a Logia effect. That's literally the only reason it's getting up there. And Magma. Now this one's going to be tough. Like, which one's better? Like, they both have the exact same passives though. So that's something. I feel like, man, this is actually really tough. Because like in PvE scenarios, Magma takes the win. And with the burn damage from Magma Hound and Magma Fist, it's really good. But have fun trying to get that. Because they're easily blockable. They took away Magma Hound's block break. Now it's not as good anymore. And the E move for it is very slept on. Because, like, you're basically immovable. You take the same amount of damage, but you're basically immovable. Well, that's something. And you can stack up a lot of damage if your opponent isn't really thinking straight on that one. Well, it's very tough. But ultimately, I'm going to have to put Magma over Hiei. Now, Goro honestly belongs either at the top of A tier or like mid to S tier, because it's like, it's very good all around. Very good for grinding, ship farming. It has a teleportation dash. It has good block breaks and a decent ultimate. Overall, due to that Q dash and the Logia effect and like the damage and the stun, I'm gonna have to put an S tier fruit right here. Now Tremor. Now for some reason they have two Tremors right here. So, like, with Tremor, it has to be around at the top of A tier or the bottom of S tier, if I'm being honest. Or it's, like, in between Magma and Hiei. Because, it's like, it has real good damage. But, the thing is, the problem is the cooldowns and how close range it is. Like, you can set up a nasty combo, and it's really good for PvE, especially with the ultimate move. But you can just Geppo out of there. But at the same time, one could also say that since they nerfed Geppo by letting you have a 5 limit on it, one could say that it's not as good, as easy to actually even, well, get out of. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I'm honestly gonna have to put this at the very top of A tier, because of that crazy ass damage. And here's another girl, Mera. Mera either belongs at the top of A tier or around the bottom of S tier. It's really good for ship farming, dungeons, grinding, PvP, and it even got buffed. I'm gonna have to put around the top or around the bottom of S tier, if I'm being honest. That burn damage goes crazy. Okay, on top of that, like, you can actually, sure, it takes a lot of energy, but you can straight up fly and use moves at the same time. Bruh, that's just busted. You can cheese the living crap out of that. And his ultimate is like one of the best in the whole entire game, because you can either use a mini version of it and you hold out fast, or you can just charge it up into something crazy that takes like half of your health or all of it. And don't even get me started on the burn damage. Even has auto aim with the Firefly skill, and it homes in on its target, goes crazy. He can very spammable, and you can even hover with it, so that's real nice. And let me think. In Fire Pillar, it block breaks and sends your opponent flying, and you can take fall damage from that too if you're not careful about it. Overall, really solid fruit. The epitome, if Bomb's the epitome of decent, and Mera's the epitome of the word advanced. Tori. Now, Tori is a very controversial pick because it's like it has really good support skills, and the ultimate is actually really good, especially when it's fully charged, especially since it's a block break. But the thing is, the damage for it is not all that good, and it got nerfed to oblivion as well. But it is one of the only flying devil fruits, and its rarity only adds to how good it is at the same time. So it's like, it's a very difficult pick. Honestly, it's not getting into S tier, if I'm being completely honest. It definitely doesn't deserve S tier, because it's just, how difficult is it for you to get damage? Like, the only real way you can truly get damage is if you just pop it as soon as, like, during a combo or something. Like, you're not really gonna want to main this fruit. It's not all that good. Alright. Now, with that being said, like, it's not even very good for grinding at all, or ship or boss farming. Even if it isn't even very good at the support role entirely in dungeons either. So yeah, that too. So overall, I'm just gonna have to put it in right here, right there in between them. Because let's be honest, it's not beating out Magma, and it's definitely better than Hiei, especially when it comes to PvP. And now, you know what? I'm gonna do Gravity first, actually, right here. So, like, with the Gravity, it was really good in update, let me think, update 2. It was like infinite combos, goes crazy. It's also very good with the Gravity Cane right there. And overall, this fruit's very slept on, if I'm being completely honest. It's like, it's less easy to use than Gura, but at the same time, it's like, those meteors, but at the same time, they hardly really even hit. Sometimes they don't even get summoned, if I'm being completely honest. But it's really great for PvE, and you don't even have to have the full moveset for it to be real good. Gravity dominance, all that other stuff. You can make up distance by pulling your opponent forward if they're not careful, or push them back to end a combo. It's really just a slept on fruit, and I have to put it above Magma. You know what? Actually, I might even have to put it in S tier for what it actually is. It's like, it's either right behind Gura or a little above Gura, especially since it has actual flight-based move. But in PvP, it's not as good as Gura, though. And that's like the main aspect of the game. So I guess I'm gonna have to put it in between the both of them. It's just that good all around. And now Pika. Pika goes hard. It's good for everything, and it's super fast too. It, like, Light Kick basically hits your opponent as soon as you cast it, and it's like, it has good block rates, and Light Ray is overall just extremely cheese. Like, you summon it, boom, you do so much damage. And like, let's say you win your opponent at very low HP, what you have to do, bam, pop that Light Ray, you're finished. You just win automatically. And the ultimate technique is like, goes crazy. It just goes crazy. Okay, like, and Light Lunge is easily one of the best moves in the game. Oh, of course it does lower damage, but it's extremely fast, and it block breaks all the time. It's extremely difficult to perfect block. You basically have to literally be reading your opponent's mind or get extraordinarily lucky to block that. like you're basically gonna hit that move 100% of the time. Overall, I'm just gonna have to put light all the way up there in S tier. Like the reason I don't have any fruit whatsoever is because I'm just waiting for myself to get light. Because I just used Diablo Jumbe. I'm sufficient with it, but I'm just waiting for Pika. So, anyways, that was this tier list. So, anyways, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.